Welcome everyone. We are in group 3 here in Wrath of the Gods. This is the winners match. So one of these guys is immediately going to qualify after the series to the top 8 playoffs. The other one will have to fight through a double elimination bracket. In the blue color, we've got Kimo playing as Kronos.
And over here in the red, we have Suppe. There we go. Over here in the red, we have Suppe going Freyr. Oh boy. I'm honestly, I'm very excited to see what Suppe is going to bring to the table with Freyr. I'm excited. I'm just generally excited to watch Suppe play, honestly. I've been watching his games and casting his games, and he's just bringing a lot to me. So I'm very excited to see what he's going to do with Freyr. However, Kronos really complicates things, like you were talking about before the game started. I don't know.
Oh my god, oh my god! Golem Bursty is gonna take down the time-shifted temple.
Whoa! Naka, what? How are you so far ahead of me?
I fast-forwarded.
I'm fast-forwarding too! What minute are you at?
250.
Oh my god, dude! Okay, so Naka is...
I'm in space. In the future. Oh my god.
Hang on just a second. I'm way behind you and things are messy, so I'll be right back.
Yep. It's all good. This Golem Bursty has done the job, ladies and gentlemen. Kimo is most certainly not gonna be ahead here. Holy crap. What are we watching? I've never seen such a thing. That was the best possible outcome for Suppe that he could have hoped for. He's counter-guarding Kimo. The temple is now trying to time shift forward again, but there's gonna be like 2 heroes. Plus the Berserk has found the second temple now as well. Sure, Kimo will immediately get his Prometheans, but Suppe is already a quarter of the way to Uller. He'll be able to make another Herseer, which is now on the way. And all he needs to do is just chill under town center fire. There's nothing the Prometheans can really reasonably do. Very easy to rebuild another temple. Although the second Herseer did get cancelled. That's I think a pretty big deal. Promethean getting deleted. And now Suppe's just gonna build his temple again under the TC's cover. What's up for Kimo? Is he gonna try to... Oh boy, hey, I think he's gonna try to get the town center here. Theft of Fire is getting researched. Which is gonna make it so that all these hero citizens are working even faster than their regular counterparts. You can see a massive gather rate difference here. 1.2 for the normal guys. 1.58 for the hero citizens. And that's just some berries.
Okay, Naka, what did I miss?
Everything. Everything.
I missed everything.
That was epic.
Second town center. I saw the Golem Bursty via fast forward. I had messy dogs running in from coming outside. Sorry about that.
Funny.
Whoa.
Kimo had a messy boar running around.
Yeah, exactly. That is cheeky, man, to use the Golem Bursty like that. You see, this is what I'm thinking of. Like, Suppe is... What can Suppe do with Freyr? I don't know, maybe it's just me. I never think of using Golem Bursty so early, but man, did that end up paying off big time, right?
Well, meanwhile, the Herseer plus Berserk army is gonna be built. I keep calling them Ozarks, man. I just can't stop.
I keep calling them Berserkers, even though they're technically Berserks,
Right.
whatever. So, it changes. I don't like change. No, change is
too old for this.
I know. Exactly. Anyway, second town center coming in for Soup pretty early. So we saw kind of a similar game earlier today with between Grass and Z. That went very differently in terms of, automaton abuse and golem bursty and on and on and on. Grass took the town center eventually, whereas Soup is going straight for a second town center. And he actually has a really killer giraffe patch behind that, which I totally dig. He's got zebras in front of it, which are takeable for sure. I think this is definitely decent for Soup.
Sadly, no giraffe alpha this time. We'll get to it when there's an Odin game. But hey, at least Kimo does find out that there is in fact food behind this, so he knows he doesn't really need to try to raid this right now. Just go heroic, just get Contagious, he'll be back.
And we do have the armory up and also the double military barrack, so it's like that's where he's headed. Banking up tons of resources. Seems like that's exactly where he's headed.
5 minutes peace. That's been enough war so far.
Yeah, Kimo's traumatized from the big bad golem bursty, so now he's like, okay, fine, jeez. Taking it easy for a few.
Hey, Soup's doing the thing we were talking about with the double armory.
Is he?
It's gonna go twice as fast. Oh, and the Asgardian Hill Fort will be securing the front gold mine for the most part. It doesn't quite save you against archers trying to sit outside of the range of that. But it covers for the most part. Get a small wall and should be fine.
I think it's not too shabby at all. Soup's looking good here. He's gonna have Hyperion to deal with pretty darn soon though, so we'll see. Actually, what do we see? We saw Arcus surprisingly come in. He's gonna go. I mean, he's only got 2 million. Is that 3, 4? Okay, my bad. Are we gonna see Contarius? We may be gonna see Arcus because I'm looking at the food options of Kimo, and his hunt down on the bottom side just barely ran out. And he doesn't really have immediate hunt to go to right away. He's got rhinos on the top side. Not sure if he sees that, however.
Yeah,
he's on goats already.
Got some zebra nearby. That's an okay spot, but he's shifting to gold. So yeah, you might be right. This might be an Arcus move.
Gotta get those food numbers if you want some. Well, I mean, yeah, it looks like lots of wood. That's what I see. Lots of wood, lots of gold, a little bit of food. Kind of feels like an Arcus play rather than rather than Contarius.
Agreed. Meanwhile, Soup just going full economy, man. Third TC's already up.
Wow.
It is Contarius. Okay, it might just be a small little group. Just to get a little bit of raiding done. And then he swaps to Arcus. Maybe. But he can't keep doing this because it's too expensive.
Well, but on top of that, I mean, it's 3 town centers for Soup, plus Ahir is coming in as well. So Soup's going to be heroic here in just a minute or two. With his Contarius, he's going to have to find a lot of damage economically because, on 3 town centers, Soup is going to be, his eco is going to be burning away here in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, man, these poor Contarius getting wrecked. The moment they step out of the pace, they just end up in Soup's army.
Surprise!
It's not where they needed to be, but they are finding some villagers back there. There's no defenders.
Nice. This is good. This is good. Again, he's got to find damage wherever he can since he's down that town center.
Okay, Kimo's finally adding some Arcus. I don't think he's got any range unit upgrades just yet. Oh, he's got medium.
Okay. But what's it going to do with it? That's the big question. Because Soup has got gold up on the top side, which I think Kimo should see as Contarius are going to run right by it here in just a sec. Ahir is in. He's got the other gold mine that's secured. So what are Arcus going to give him? He needs some pushing power. I don't know if Chaos in a ranged unit army with some Contarius. I don't know if that's going to give it to him. And speaking of a ranged unit army, we're going to raid this Ego up on the top side. Very nice pick on the... Getting some vills up there.
Berserk's trying to defend. Kimo will be running out, but there's a much bigger army coming in now. Might be able to dive on this TC and get some more villager kills, but maybe not the best idea.
Well,
not with the others coming in.
There it is. Soup doesn't have all of his army here, Naka, so there we go. There's Aegir Tempest along with the Chaos.
Soup's army is pretty much gone, but meanwhile the Contarius are getting frozen and blasted from the sky. I'm not sure they are going to be very happy about that incoming damage, but they certainly killed the entire army of Soup. That's a start.
Soup has some idle units on the far right side though, Naka, just sitting over there. They would not, if he included those, it wouldn't have made a big difference in that fight, but wow, those Contarius tanked so much damage from the Tempest. Soup's in some big time trouble. Dude, I was saying how, oh, it needs some pushing power. If he has just a big uncontested Contarius army, that's pushing power, man.
Oh, did you see that micro in the town center? He just targeted the weak Contarius only to pick him off. Got 2 kills right there. Very nice.
Bravo, Soup.
Such an important little skill, actually.
Yes. Gotta micro your town center fire, your hill fort fire, tower fire, all the good stuff. Gotta micro your wood choppers as well, Naka. Don't let those guys get blasted by heavy Contarius.
Uh-oh. And Kimo is firmly in control of this militarily speaking. It's a really good spot, but Soup does have a big army as well. It's just not one that can beat this at the moment.
Oh, where's he going, man? Soup's just saying, fine, have the town center, you know, waste your time up there. I'm going with the counter attack. He's only got 1 rock giant, which doesn't make it super scary, but he is going for the counter attack here. It's something. He's forcing Kimo to react to him, which is something. React Kimo will, man. He's running all the way across the entire map from that back town center. Way over here, back to where there's a hill fort getting dropped by Soup. Another rock giant, which is out. So clutch for these fights for Freyr in the heroic age, man.
He's doing a great job picking off these citizens that reduce Kimo's income substantially just now. No more gold, but he's got a big production queue and he's picking off a lot of Soup's army once more. Throwing axes can't hold their own against Contarius and Arcus, really.
Not at all, man. And that hill fort is denied. The whole army goes down. Dude, it's worth it. Okay, sure, Soup got a nice raid on the gold mine, but he lost all of his army and the hill fort right there. That's a blunder, dude. I think it's more important to take the fight with the army instead of kicking him off temporarily off of gold. That's a dude. He's forcing Kimo to react. But, you know,
that's gonna be rough. At least he's got the TC to cover himself, and I guess somewhat in the range of the Asgardian hill fort. Not too many melee units, so Kimo can't break this. Soup can remake his army. Things are mostly fine.
I guess.
But that's
He's
expensive.
lost a little bit too much.
Yeah. Hey, there's another raid though on the gold mine. There's a lot of weak villagers here. But only 1 goes down. Kimo reacting kind of nicely.
There's a lot of idle Contarius there that kind of bugged out. So those RC almost, they could have got some more kills there with a little bit of luck. Not luck for Soup, at least there.
Wait. Can Soup just go mythic here?
Yes, just about.
There's no food,
market
man.
work and he can.
Where food? He's making farms. Oh, yeah. Kimo might be earlier.
He almost blocked that palace. If Soup blocked that palace, that would have been so huge.
Yeah, because then Kimo wouldn't be able to go mythic himself. Oh, he's making another one.
Wow.
Yeah, so long as he
Wow.
gets the gold, he's fine. Wait, Soup's gonna
Yeah,
mine
but-
here?
Dude, look at these archers just gonna sit on the hill and snipe.
They have some really good upgrades, but no ballistics. Also has the Uller's bow relic for extra range. Scoot and shoot is the name of the game now, but the Huskal and the raiding cap getting on top of them are definitely a headache.
It's true, but the satyrs are pretty strong, man. They have the Gemini upgrade as well, so they're doing decent here against this army. And plus, there's a big pack of Cantarius over the right-hand side. Another Chaos getting used. Wow.
Yeah, and when you use Chaos as such a small army, by the way, they are going to essentially get a longer duration on the effect. Right, so they'll kill each other for longer.
Speaking of killing each other for longer, I don't know how much longer Soup can hang on here. It seems like he's just randomly sending units on one side of the map and then the other side of the map. He just gets cleaned up every time, dude. Implode is coming in as well. Atlas.
If he had gone Mythic, I think Soup would be in an okay position still, because at least he can blow up the army and he would have some follow-up. But I think his army is the one that's gonna get blown up here.
His
With
eco as well,
Atlas
man.
queuing up.
Well, Implode will just, dude, he doesn't even have an army to be deleted. Look, he's at 8 population, military population. There's no army to be imploded.
Yeah, and the Contarius have been just taking out the houses as well, so that needs to be remade at some point. Not gonna happen. Kimo just takes game 1.
Wow. Things were looking really good for Soup there with the Golden Bursty usage, with the 3 town centers, but his army was a little bit out of position. I don't think he expected Kimo to go to that topside town center, and so he had idle army. He used a weird Tempest, and ever since that weird Tempest usage, he's just on the back foot, just lost army after army after army. So well played by Kimo to take advantage of that.
Yeah, Kimo also had a TC for a very long time. Theft of Fire is a super powerful tech, and I think the all resources collected graph kind of shows its role it played in this game. I mean, at the end, we're looking at 2,000 extra resources for Kimo. Yeah, that showed itself, and Soup had to rebuild his army several times.
Exactly. Kill-death ratio. Wow. Double for Kimo. Double.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Elysium in the blue color. This is our raw player, Kimo.
Here in the red, we got more Norse action. Soup is going for Thor, going for an armory right away. Let's see if he can keep up with that raw eco, man. This will be an interesting one.
He'll need the help. Right now, the Pharaoh is empowering the granary because, well, it's a higher gather rate than you would get from the monument. So what's worth doing here is, yes, the priest is going out to scout now, so swap over the Pharaoh after dropping off the food forcibly. That will mean that the higher empower effect is in effect for that. Very nicely done. Every little resource is accounted for here.
Indeed, Naka. What are we... Okay, so you were talking about mythic potential here. Osiris, the benefits of Osiris, the benefits of how rain eventually leads into a nice mythic timing for Ra. But how do we get there in the short term? That's the big question. I'm looking at the second town center position of Kimo, which is really close to his gold mine. I think that's decent to take. There's gazelles in a gold mine pretty close to it, but they are exposed.
Don't think you take a second TC here. I think you just play
that's what I'm saying.
One
What do you
TC
do
per
instead?
All the monument empowering that you need is going to be here. So, yeah, slap down the free barracks, make a few gadgets. Pressure the forward player, but don't, like, engage unnecessarily until you have a really good position. Look, when Ra is doing this, the train speed on the units is just so fast, you really don't have to worry about your reinforcements being there or not. They are going to be there. So I like this a lot here in terms of the matchup. Soup will have to come up with something special. He will have all the armory upgrades, so you can't underestimate his army once he has one. But it's gonna be late because of the dwarf build order. The armory is gonna take a lot of resources. He's having to run around and kill all these deer. Even some chickens needed to be killed. So this is like a lot of commitment, you know, to do this.
Let's see if it pays off. I mean, on the Thor side of things, what do you do as well? I guess 1 TC, stay 1 TC. Honestly, trying to fight against Wadgets and on and on and on. Trying to fight against that in the classical age is scary. If you stay classical too long, then camels terrifying. So he's got a pretty decent gold mine position on that far left side. I could easily see Soup. By the way, we've got Ta coming in just now for Kimo, so that's confirmed.
That's right, and the free villagers from would also give away that yes, it's the Wadget strategy.
Does he have another monument up? Not yet.
He might go easy with that, to be honest. Like, it might just be slingers.
Well, anyway, yeah, over on the Thor side, Soup's gonna have to figure this one out. I'm not too sure what Thor does here. Honestly, it's camels are Wadgets are strong, axes are lethal, and then camels are just brutal. So, on the Thor side of things, I'm not sure where we go here.
What's up?
Knock, I think we figured out what to do on the Thor side of things. You gold starve with flaming weapons. You get a nice semi-heroic good timing there. Gold starve with flaming weapons, and then you lose afterward. So
you just speed run to the resign button. I see.
But you got to use flaming weapons first in order to go out in a blaze of glory.
Of course.
That's the key.
Otherwise, you don't go to Valhalla. So, gotta entertain the gods.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great. Kimo can still afford free badges, by the way, without a second monument. So the second monument is just an extra for later.
How bonkers is that, bro?
There's plenty of bonking involved in this.
It's very bonkers. Yeah, there we go. There, thank you. It's very bonkers. 3 Wadgets, dude, with the extra poison bonus damage that they do.
Here's the
Axes
thing.
are so brutal.
When you empower these monuments, it's not just the area that gets buffed, but the actual favor gathering rate. And then the monument empowers the other monument, which also gets you more favor. It's favor for days.
Yeah. Plus all the other eco benefit that you get as well. Everything getting empowered there. So it's just favor on top of resources. Good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, did you expect this? I mean, I guess with 3 Wadgets, what else are you going to do with 3 Wadgets aside from go aggressive? But when you were commenting earlier, it sounded like you weren't feeling confident in the aggression from the Kimo side of things, but Kimo's definitely feeling confident.
See, I don't think that you shouldn't be aggressive. I just think you got to be careful with how aggressive you get. Like, you don't want to dive the villagers here because, yeah, the army and the TC is just going to mess you up. But carefully poking, keeping the guy in the base, that's aggression. That's enough, I think.
Sure. We might see a Wadget caught out of place here. Okay, maybe not. Soup's trying to... It's kind of weird what Soup's doing. Is he trying to cut off resources? Reinforcements.
That is good. I like that a lot. But is it gonna work? 1 Axeman kill so far is good.
He's got a whole lot of myth unit power. Poison power in the backside of his base, however. You were saying about, Kimo going a little bit too hard, too aggressive, too this, too that. Has he gone too deep? He's really far away here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's looking for in that corner. There's some hunt, but just let the man have it, dude. You shouldn't risk all your Wadgets for this. Just let him have it. Hershey has a harmonious necklace relic. Be gathering a little faster. What is that? What? That's the smallest shifting sands of all time. Okay, sir. Yeah, this is what I meant though, but if you overextend, you have to use a stupid shifting sands, and you never want to do that, right?
Well, what we've seen a lot of players do in the past is that they go aggressive with their wadgets and axes and on, and they find villager kills, eco kills, but then eventually, you know, there's enough defensive capability from their opponent, and eventually they end up shifting sands back into their base, so that their army doesn't die. You know, but A, Kimo hasn't found any damage, and B, what was that shifting sands he didn't find again? Any damage, so I don't know.
And C, Soup has all the armory upgrades and medium infantry.
True.
So this is a spooky army.
I mean, it's a spooky army for both sides, bro, because of all those freaking wadgets, man.
Yeah, even the heroes are impacted by the poison. Look at that Hershey just melt away. Yikes.
Literally. What also is spooky as we take this engagement, Naka? I hope we're at the same point in time, about 9 minutes.
Yes.
Wadgets are melting, so are the Herseer, kind of? Wait, what?
The Herseer are bonking the snacks, and they are all gone. The axemen have been picked up by the throwing ones. And hey, the dwarves are just happily hunting out here. They were never bothered, so I think Kimo is in for a world of hurt. I think this is not what he should have done. He's working on second TC, but is it too late?
Dude, what was that?
I don't know.
What?
Soup is feeling so confident he just puts the healing spring in the middle of the map. Now that takes some balls, sir.
That's Chad play right there. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna heal myself right in the middle, no problemo. And he should, man. That was such a convincing win right there. I can't even. I mean, by the way, he's got the what's it called? The Hammer of Thunder. Yeah, the Hammer of Thunder upgrade.
Oh, he does that too now. Nice.
Well, he's got that plus the full copper line of armory upgrades, plus the Hall of Thanes upgrade. So those Herseer were, you know, they were just slicing and smashing those wadgets into oblivion. That is not how this matchup is supposed to go. I tell you that much.
No, Kimo just found nothing and he lost everything. This is the opposite of what we expect.
Exactly. So at this point in time, let's see, what are we got Bragi that just got clicked by Soup. So he's on 1 TC. He just clicked up to Bragi. He's got throwing axemen for days. He's looking good in that regard. I personally would like to see a couple of great halls get dropped, maybe in the center of the map, just to open up the door to Godi, to cavalry, etc. And then, like Mirez was saying, flaming weapons on the gold mine, but the resignation button might be clicked by Kimo, not Soup. So here we go, man.
It's a fine strategy.
Let the gold hunting begin. I know.
Meanwhile, Mista is also roasting Kimo. I'll do Kimo a favor and not recite that, but I'm having a good laugh in the meantime.
Well, I want to know. What did he say? I want to know.
It was impressive. Not for the fact that Soup won, but because Kimo lost.
Ouch, man. Ouch. Are we going to see it again, however? Army maybe getting caught out once again. I hope we're at the same time. 11-20, whatever. Whew. That was close.
Well, there's flaming weapons coming in, so this is only going to get more difficult for Kimo. Certainly not the fight he wants to take, but I think Soup can force it. He's going to secure that second gold mine, isn't he? I guess there's the other one. But I'm fast forwarding. The players have left the game. Oh my god. Can we just slow down? I'm at 12 minutes. 04, 5, 6, 7.
Cool. Yeah, we're right about the same time.
Thank you.
I suppose we know how this is going to end, unfortunately, but I was going to say the exact same thing as you. We got a gold mine on the far left side. We got gold mine on the far right side. That does make it uncomfortable, a little bit difficult to pull off the final gold starve, but You know, having said that, if you delete the raw army once again and maybe get some Vil kills with the flaming weapons, boom, that could be the game right there. See if you can actually pull it off. We actually have another gold mine, by the way, Naka, real quick, far right side. Kind of the right side gold mine unexpectedly getting taken by Kimo. A little sneakarooski.
Oh, what are they doing there? I didn't notice that for a while. Okay.
Right.
But the other guys have walled in. What's Kimo gonna do about that? He's not working on freeing them even.
Oh, buddy. He's gonna be in trouble here pretty darn soon. That's a lot of villagers right there. 13.
Is Suppe gonna find this? Like, his villagers going right past the mining camp. He could just make a berserk here.
On the right-hand side?
No?
Yeah, whatever.
Maybe later. It's fine. Let's go for the big fight instead. He's right.
Yeah. Can Kimo free his army here? He's got Vils attacking the wooden wall really quickly. Can Suppe actually get some kills? Heavy, wait, are those heavy? They're heavy! He's heroic! He is heroic, sorry. I had a brain fart there.
Oh, no worries.
Happens to the best of us.
I think he's having a villager fart over here. Kimo is everything's dead and he's shifting sand out like 5 units.
What?
That's so bad. Oh no.
Right into other army as well.
Oh god. Okay, I think that's maybe a little bit too far gone now. 170, 60 population for Suppe versus 122. Kimo's villagers dying left and right. Why are they outside? Oh my god. It's getting worse and worse. 58 civilians to 39. Yikes.
Oh my goodness, man. You would think that maybe the slingers, if they had sick upgrades, no electrum bullets, by the way. If they had electrum bullets, maybe he'd be able to sit. Actually, I mean, it does force. So, okay.
We did get the berserks in the end by the gold mine, so Suppe was making good use of that flaming weapons, at least.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Well, he ends up getting the kills. I was gonna say that, you know, maybe with the slingers, you know, he could sit there and survive on a market for some time. You know, that's pure infantry army from Suppe. Yes, there's a couple of trolls as well, but maybe those slingers could, you know, keep him alive for some time. I guess he doesn't agree with the gold mine getting caught on the right side, and boom, there we have it. 1, 2, 1.
Well, you know, there was favor there to get out of the shift of that gold mine situation, wasn't there? Like 60 something, and it would have cost him 50 to get out, right? Like, yeah, the second cast is 50, so there was no reason for Kimo to stay there once flaming weapons came down. You could have just left immediately. Didn't, got punished. The end.
Simple as that. Eco advantage. I'm looking at the resources collected. All resources collected. Nice eco advantage all throughout that whole time for Suppe. So Thor eco good.
All right, we are here. There's fishy business going on in the blue color. We've got Kimo playing as Zeus.
Another Norse pick for Suppe. Let's see if he can keep that Norse roll going. Going with Odin. A little bit of a sketchy matchup here, but feeling confident enough. He saw the draft. He knows what he's walking to.
He's got a giant alpha boar. 600 food in it.
Dude, it's like a Golden Bursty wannabe. Yeah, look at that chunker. Yeah.
Hey, when he gets older, he wants to be a Golden Bursty as well.
When I grow up, I want to be a Golden Bursty. Well, you're in the wrong god, buddy. You're under Odin's watch currently. Anyway. Well, so Naka, you were talking about how the eco bonus, the hunt bonus, is completely mitigated by the fish eco. Zeus, you know, such a powerhouse with that food eco backing, potential Athena, hoplite spam, etc., etc. There's a forward gold mine for Suppe. Yes, there's a fortress there. Yes, there's a tower there. Yes, there's walling potential. But yes, that is Athena rushable. How are you feeling about the aggression from Kimo? We'd likely to see it. His scout almost sees that gold mine, by the way. Almost.
I don't see why not. You know, going back to the hunt, it's not completely nothing, right? Like you still get the big chonker boar, and you do get faster gather rates towards the classical age, so you can put your villagers on other resources earlier. Helps you with your advanced. It's not nothing, right? But it does go away over time when you stop hunting. And then going for the Greek strat, yeah, a little bit of pressure wouldn't hurt, but I also think that going up to 4 docks isn't the worst of ideas, and then just coming back later with a big army to actually fight Soup is probably the way to go. There's no big amount of damage that you can do that would offset 4 docks, is my thinking.
He's got pretty, if you're like, Kimo's got a super killer fish, by the way. Like that dock that he just dropped a little bit, like past 3 o'clock. Boom, boom. There's 6 fish right in front of it. He's got pretty darn good fish. His first dock wasn't the best thing in the world, but he's got good fish. So
It's quite
I think I agree
concentrated.
with you. Yes, exactly. Yes. He definitely wants to make sure he keeps those bad boys safe. Absolutely. But I favor aggression here, man. I definitely favor aggression. It's just so difficult for Odin to try and handle that. It's just going to be tough. So Soup just clicked up, by the way, up through Freya. So he's going to have a little bit of some initiative in that regard, going up to heroic or classical age first. You don't even have a temple up yet.
That's the hunt advantage, though. Like you get that really nice gather rate for the quick advance. You can get an early forest fire in, perhaps, but you're not going to do any damage with the Valkyrie. It's going to get bolted.
Yep, true. I agree with the commenter, Zastozi says Kimo's not a typical rusher. I agree with that, Zastozi, but still, he's definitely the boomier type of player. But if he scouts it, it is what it is, especially with such good fish behind it. At the very least, there's tons of potential for Soup to get gold starved on a second gold mine. So he might be able to keep his first one safe, sure, but that second one is going to be very difficult for him. He's going to need probably some type of frost, or maybe some chonker mountain giant, some walking woods action, and secure the.
Ooh, those are some very brave and forward longhouses from Soup, by the way.
Yes, yes.
So he's really not afraid of Kimo going aggressive.
Advanced a lot faster compared to Kimo, which again, I'm on a similar wavelength as you. The fish eco. The fish boom, rather, probably going to be worth it, favoring.
Why are we saving Bolt here? I don't understand.
No.
Could just keep hunting and strike this Valkyrie down. Sorry, what were you saying?
Just waiting for more of a timing attack. Get the boom going and wait for a timing attack instead of just going real low, balls to the wall aggression. Gold. Soup's one going balls to the wall aggressive here. He's got a hearse here in the face of Kimo already.
Oh, the villagers! 6 health, okay. Nearly went down to the forest fire. Nothing ever dies to forest fire, by the way. It's just...
Wah wah.
Wop, wop, wop.
Not anymore.
To be fair, in this tournament, I've once seen 6 villagers die to it.
Really?
Yep. Some early qualifier. It was crazy.
Also, I've also seen 1 or 2 clips of a really good forest fire, but 99% of them are just really, whereas back in the day used to have some decent forest fires, but not these days, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're not particularly exciting. I mean, they only have a little bit of range, right? And the buildings don't really get destroyed either. Like that house under construction just freaking tanked it.
Exactly, dude, exactly. Speaking of tanking it, man, can this Minotaur maybe tank some Herseer hits? He's gonna have to. Ooh.
Soup's adding more production, wants a double Great Hall. I'm guessing that's gonna be about raiding Cav. Something for those facilities.
Gonna need something. Need something. He's playing super aggressively here. I was mentioning like, oh, his second gold mine, he's gonna need a frost, a heroic age god power, or something like that to try and secure it. Maybe he's just gonna go, just face first into Kimo's, the brick wall of Zeus, and see if he can get some value here. Because I completely agree. He's building into the middle of the map. If he doesn't maintain that map control, all of his buildings will be shredded in an instant by those hoplites. So
yeah, which is
he's gonna have to
unacceptable.
Maintain it.
You can't have that happen.
Exactly.
But as long as he maintains his control over the army advantage and has some pickoffs here and there, everything should be fine. His units do regenerate out of combat. Well, also in combat, but that's slower.
Odin bonus, indeed.
Ooh, the Greek boys are out of position. This temple might fall as a result. Or not.
Or not indeed. For some reason, Kimo's army is out of position there. That was a little bit awkward. He's got his armory up as well. It doesn't look like he's planning on heroic, but...
Oh yeah, there it comes.
It's in the back of his mind.
Dionysus is coming in.
Oh, it is. It is. I missed it then. Toby, get out of there.
We're gonna have a potential restoration bronze available. A deadly, deadly combination. Soup's only hope is to freeze it. The frost will outlast all that, but well, you have to have it.
Indeed, exactly. His food, ironically enough, we're talking about, the fish eco, the eco, the food eco, the hunt bonus, blah, blah, blah. Food eco isn't quite there for heroic just yet. He's made a good number of hers here, but seems like it could be losing some RC, unfortunately. What are you thinking, Naka?
My brain is small. I don't think very much.
I think that Bronze Resto's gonna be brutal. Soup's numbers are looking good, but are the numbers enough to counter that god power combination? It's coming in just a minute. Also, he's got, look at the upgrades as well. Copper for Kimo.
What I'm thinking about actually is that there's a lot of throwing axe here. The hoplites have to be ultra careful, and when you have that many Toxotes, it's very easy to overwhelm them once you have the raiding calf for it. So actually Kimo has to be really careful with moving out, and as long as Soup recognizes his opportunity for it, he needs to get a scan on the army composition. If he does that correctly, if he has a nice, let's say a frost on that army, if he can buy that much time, there's time to wall it in and then just absolutely crush it.
Oh, we got the frost right around the corner. Scotty just clicked up, so maybe you're right, but he will have frost for the big fight. Gold mine on the far right side, though. So it seems like we're just gonna wait. Gotta wait a couple of minutes. Wait for Bragi to hit. Things are about to get exciting, folks. Temple finally goes down, by the way, so great success. Finally got there.
Not gonna be any Hydras. There wasn't any favor for them anyway, to be fair, but thought that would be a nice addition right now.
Sure. They get bronzed after all.
They do. What about the Scylla? It's starting to get some work on the fishing ships, but Soup's very nicely garrisoning. Where is his own... Oh, he's not heroic yet, right. Yeah, there's gonna be a Kraken soon.
Did you just have a brain fart too?
A big one.
I can smell it. Okay, anyway, moving into the heroic age, we got Scotty coming in here in just a second. And we have a decently safe gold mine over here for Kimo. He's got god powers protecting that bad boy. Thundering Hooves coming in, by the way, Naka. So those RC, you were talking about this around on the talks. The RC are going to be that much faster. Bro, we might have a surround now.
Yeah, hoplites are not in position at all, and even if they were, that's so many throwing axemen, they are going to shred them hard. Joining the fight is the Frost Giant, but it's fighting the heroes. That's not the place he wants to be. Ouch.
Indeed. Thundering Hooves is almost in. Lots of... Dude, what is happening? Fortress is up, which is nice, defending against this raid right here by Soup. It's a good raid by all means. It is a good raid.
Just bolted the Valkyrie, but there's another one, and she can take it all day against these kitchen knife people.
Indeed. So, I mean, it's a defended raid, I guess, but that's, I mean, it did some damage. Kimo's gold is a little bit sketchy, but he's got plenty of vills there. He's also got plenty of talks chasing after those throwing axemen, man.
You're gonna be chasing for a while longer, but problem is for Soup, he's not actually making raiding cav. And the ones he did make just got picked off. Yikes. That's gonna deal with this.
I run around, I guess. Kimo's not going after gold at all. He's just chasing after that big blob of throwing axemen, which I find a bit funny. You'd think that he would just be going straight.
Whoa. Excuse me, sir. How did you imagine this would work? We're getting a hill fort. But then he's gonna get bronze in restoration. Soup, what's the idea here?
What is the idea? Both players at similar population too, Naka. 146 to 156 currently. What is happening here?
Fast forward again. Sorry. Can you meet me at like 1335?
Yeah.
Thank you. Somebody died.
Somebody died, and I think we have a clue as to who it's gonna be.
Well, Kimo just cast the bronze. He's more than fine to take this battle. The bronze Minotaur taking restoration. He's out healing the damage coming from the hearse here. And the Toxodi just killed everything. I guess that might just be it. Soup melted, man.
Is it? My game froze.
Oh, do you want the screen share?
No, is the game still playing?
Probably not for long.
Okay.
Probably not for long.
14-10.
Soup is doing a little bit of counter-attacking. He's got 2 TCs as well, but Kimo's getting that done as well, getting on top of Soup's production and then running after the gold mine. Just don't see a way out of this with Kimo having 30 more population. What do you even do? Wait, he might lose all his villagers. Is Kimo gonna die? No way.
Not gonna. Now I need to pull up your stream.
Nah, Soup's gonna get gold starved, ladies and gentlemen. There's no hope. There's nowhere left to run. Nowhere left to hide.
Is it happening? Is it happening? Everybody on my side, we're all imagining the gold starve happen, right?
It's happening for sure. Soup's desperately trying to make more units, but he's down like 50 population. The Petrobolas is working on the buildings. At the same time, Fortress keeping the villagers safe. Kimo's comfortable. But he's not gathering a lot of fish. That's the one thing that's going for Soup.
Kraken taking out the fish and everything.
Either way, no gold, no hope. Could have sold resources. I don't think that was that bad, to be honest, with the villager count actually in favor of Soup. He had more fish. I think he's gonna kick himself for resigning here. I think if he sells resources, he's fine. Just no buildings, right? So you would have to remake the buildings. But economically, this was maybe doable.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah, I see all the food he's got. Man, I finally got the stream up and like transitioned over and everything right as soon as it said Kimo victory.
Oh, great.
Perfect, right in the nick of time.
Yeah, we really need a fix for this.
Yeah.
Because we keep having this issue, right? Like it's not good.
Well, regardless, about the game, show me the stats, baby. I want to see those. I want to see those delicious stats.
Yeah, look at the military massacre that happened here with the God Power combo getting used by Kimo. It's just absolutely insane. Soup never recovered from that. But what was okay actually is a civilian count. Kimo was the one losing the vills. Soup was ahead by like 20 vills. When you count fishing ships, it's probably more than that because this was what was displayed in the game. So I actually like Soup's situation economically. He never got outgathered by Kimo. He just had to kill an army. That's the only job that he had at this point. Was it possible? Maybe. Maybe. Did he have favor at the end, actually? Oh! Almost 60 favor. Holy! He could have made all the Valkyries in the world.
Yeah, a couple of chonkers maybe, although they'd probably die pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're not the end-all be-all, but you sell some resources on top of this, get your raiders in, get your throwing axeman count up. Maybe there's hope. Welcome back to more Age of Fast Forwardology. In the blue color, we've got Oranos playing as Kimo.
And we have Hazel's on the right side, and the red playing as Suppe, right.
That's right. Hey, Soup's doing a little bit of early prayer here. Getting the favor he needs for Vaults of Erebus. This is how you get rich. Confirmed.
Oh my. Yo, I am fast. My fast forward button is not as fast as your fast forward button. So I'm behind you, but you know, we're catching up. Nobody, you know, don't breathe too hard, everybody.
Eventually, it will just go back to normal speed, so just go as far as the game will let us.
Well, so having said that, it takes a little bit of time for Ranos to get some pressure on. We were talking earlier today about how you have to get an upgrade for a speed boost, and on and on and on. So, having said that, what does that mean for Soup potentially defending against some aggression, some initial harassment?
Oh yeah, his advance time is slightly slower because of the get-rich-quick scheme. But he did also get the Harmonious Necklace relic, which will help to offset that. Plus 10% gold gather rate. And he also has the Pandora's Box for Myth favor cost reductions. Maybe you can squeeze out like an extra Minotaur early on. Picking up a third relic even. The Ship of Fingernails for... Dude, this man is just free resources galore. 0.5 food per second. And second TC and supposedly Zom to protect all that. Nice.
Oh my... Are you serious? You're already... What minute are you at for crying out loud?
5, 15, 16, 17, 18, I think, 20. Zom. I'm having a Zom moment.
I'm having a relic moment.
Nice.
Yeah. We'll get there, everybody. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Athena and Prometheus, by the way. Athena. Theft of Fire. I'm assuming it's a Backtown Center coming in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can take the forward run against Orano, still kill every villager, right? Especially with Shockwave available. Spooky.
Just check. There we go.
Well, maybe you could if you don't get Vaults of Erebus, but it's risky.
Yes.
And even like this, the Terma are murdering the villagers. It's not good.
He's got the Zom, remember, and you got Achilles early on. You got a Minotaur, Achilles, Ajax early on. You got the Zom. You got the Sentinels. There were boars at the time. Not at the time, but there's boars for this TC that you can lure into the actual town center. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. We are. What minute are you at, Naka?
I'm still fast forwarding, and it's almost 8 minutes.
Dude, are you kidding me?
I don't know when these guys started, but it doesn't seem like... Okay, it's finally stopped at 8 minutes. It's now...
They gotta add a little bit of spec delay.
I don't think they had spec delay. I think they just went in.
Noobs! It's always got to be Kimo with the problems, man. Kimo with the logistic problem.
Oh, well.
Anyway, oh well indeed. Well, continue on. I'll catch up when I can.
So once upon a time, Kimo also had a relic in his temple. It's the Eye of Horus. He's got 2 TC himself. So plenty of population space will be available here. Basically like having an extra house already. Not a manor. Manors are better. There's one more relic on the map. It's the Adamantine Shingles for stronger houses. But right now, Kimo is just killing the animals. What has come to this world? Well, Suppe is having none of it. He's getting technologically more advanced and maybe morally as well as he's going up through Apollo here.
Oh, wow.
Once he cranks out those Hippospists and whatever else he wants from the heroic age, I'm guessing some Peltast. Maybe just Tuxodes, to be honest. Because of ballistics, that would be very, very nice there. His defensive buildings are gonna be better. The Zombs are gonna start shooting units properly as well. It's a good setup for him to be heroic. He can use Underworld Passage. He's gonna have Restoration still.
Honestly, I think I like mixing in some Peltas because probably gonna have Arcus. They can counter the Terma. You already have Hippospis to counter infantry.
Yeah.
Yes, talks are good, but they technically get countered. So at least mixing in some Peltas, micro them down against.
I agree.
Personally,
Can't hurt. You just do a nice shift click in Retold. It works really well, so might as well. In the old game, that just didn't function correctly. They would just target whatever other unit was killed and walk to the location of the dead unit. So you couldn't shift click, basically. Now you can. Your units actually do what you want them to do.
there's plenty of bugs and whatnot in Retold, but at least that works.
That works. There's other bugs. If you want attack move, then, well, they might just stop and then do nothing.
It's trade-offs, not trade-offs.
Trade-off. Sent help.
Yeah. 3 town centers, by the way. Thea is probably already in for you on your side. Can we time check real quick? Just to check. Hopefully
11,
we're close.
16, 17.
Oh, nice. We're there.
Oh.
Cool. About time.
Oh, the gold miners. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Oh. The Minotaur knocks him back. That's so sick. And then he doesn't have a lot of ranged units, but he can still get some good hits.
Wow. That's 3 citizens dead immediately. And Kimo's not particularly going to have a power spike out of the heroic age. Not right away like you would with Hyperion. You have to work for it a little. But you do get the free Dryads. Should definitely order those. There we go.
However, this does give Soup an opportunity to take down that town center as well. It kind of puts Kimo in an awkward situation with that underworld, right?
I do wonder whether he can save that. I mean, the TC does have like 2400 HP. It's just his army is not all that. Maybe getting on top of the archers at least will be a bunch of pickoffs.
Go there. I mean, they're not Zeus hoplites, but still, they're
hoplites.
Hades hoplites are good too. They're hoplites nonetheless, exactly. Can Kimo save it?
I don't think those citizens can get out of there, to be honest. They're surrounded, right? Woo! Getting knocked back by the Minotaur. Oh my god, that was the biggest knockback I've ever seen.
Indeed. Shockwave, maybe a little bit late getting used. Stimford getting targeted. This is looking good for Soup. He doesn't even use a restoration here, man. Are you serious?
Does he even need to? I guess that's what he's thinking about. His units are not that weak yet. He can keep going.
His underworld is still very alive as well.
Oh yeah. And look how large his army is. 89 population versus 52. He's ready for more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Kimo's got the snipers out, those Arcus, so that really complicates things a little bit for Soup, but he's still in a really good position and still has restoration to be used.
Wow. He just killed 4 Arcus. These are, by the way, normal Arcus. No medium, no nothing. I guess he does have the armory line upgrades, but you kind of want your unit line upgrades as well.
Exactly. Medium, heavy, providing tons of value there. Hey man, Kimo's still on he's still on 2 town centers. The eco numbers are still similar, and he's got sky passages for gold options, so things are looking good for Soup, but Kimo is A-okay in my book.
Ah, there's the restoration. It's a good time to do it as well because the army was getting a little bit chewed up, but with Kimo running away and then his Mythians getting some healing, this is not too bad of a spot to be in. It's just that the Cantaris are fighting the Hoplites. Don't want that.
Yeah. He just wants the meat shield against the Arcus, though, but the problem is the Arcus are too close. So the Peltas are able to target them. Not a very good fight here.
Yeah, Maiden, it looks to me that Kimo has fallen apart almost completely. There's no way his unit pump will succeed here. I guess one thing he can do still is set the rally points inside the building. Then he can maybe build up. But it's a stretch.
Exactly. He's got to do something here. Because, I mean, Soup doesn't actually, he's just building into the middle of the map, rather. He's not even using his underworld anymore. Kind of funny.
Yeah. Anything goes for Soup at this point. He could make a fortress right in Kimo's face, and I think it would go up just fine. Sure.
Soup still needs to be careful, though. He still needs to be careful trying to find value by taking down that forward TC, but Shockwave, Naka.
That was a really good one. Got the entire army, so many people stunned, a bunch picked off, but still Soup's army is just larger. The Arcus aren't really adding that much to the fight with the Peltas wrecking them, and all the Cantaris have died. Yikes.
Yikes indeed. Those Peltas are smashing him, man. A little bit of micro goes such a long way with those Peltas. They're so good now that they have so much range in Retold. 21 range. Crazy.
It's also Hades special.
Yes,
getting the +1 there.
Yeah.
And they're about to get Sunray, by the way, so even better.
Aegis Shield coming in, Sarissa coming in, Sunray coming in, all the unique upgrades coming in through Apollo and Athena. Kimo's still alive though, Naka. He's up at 100 Citizen Pop, Eco Pop rather, whatever. Both players, really good population. Soups is better, however. What? Dude, speaking of a fortress, did you miss the fortress on the top side?
I guess Kimo's not allowed to mine gold anymore. This is absolutely devastating. I don't think Soup is gonna make siege here, but if he wants it in, he might as well.
Sure. What a game, what a game. This is maybe feeling like it's gonna push us to game 5. Soup needs to actually close out the game, however. He's in a good position, but he needs to close things out.
With all the hoplites gone, it's gonna be a little bit harder, but Soup should be ready to click up to Mythic. He does have the resources, he does have the fortress. Just need to actually do the click. He's got 3 town centers, his villas are max. Oh my god, he's stealing the 4th town center, and he's printing units.
Crazy, man. What would you go for, Artemis here? Just completely earthquake the forward TC position and then just go straight at his base?
Yeah, I think that's great. Then, you can take this as well. Then you have 5 town centers. Like, what more do you want? That's... Kimo has nothing else left to give.
Yeah. And he uses the underworld after all to try and save that town center, man. Please tell me you're not too far ahead of me in the time.
18 minutes? Oh, 8.
Okay, cool. 4 to 2 town centers here. 4 to 5 TCs. No mythic just yet, but he really needs to... He could, man. He could if he wanted to.
It's a good shockwave once again, hitting a ton of units, but just how do you deal with the Peltas, man? Would need Dryads for days. Soup's making another fortress. He's gonna push in. I'm sure it's gonna be time for Patrobos. He's clicking in Artemis. He's getting Temple of Healing even, so he can heal the units in the middle of the fight. Soup's getting a little bit of everything. He's now using shift clicks.
Artemis is coming in too. Yeah, it seems like Kimo, he's been making a lot of Cantarius, but the Cantarius have not been targeting the Peltas. They've simply been a meat shield, and they've been getting meat grinded by the hoplites.
Yeah, it's so important to get them on the right targets. Like, the bonus damages in Retold have increased a lot. Cavalry having a 50% bonus against range units. Obviously want them on those, not infantry.
Sure, sure. How much longer can Kimo try and survive here? He still has that gold mine on the bottom, but the villagers are finding it. Oh, no, he doesn't have the gold mine at the bottom. I think that's game. He ain't got no more gold, man.
Nowhere left to go, nowhere left to run. Even the kitchen knives are getting pulled out in this villager war. Just don't see what the man can do.
He's gonna have to try his luck in game 5, presumably. Maybe he can snipe his way to victory with the heavy Arcas, finally getting those line upgrades. Took him long enough.
Soup seems to have forgotten to make units, but I'm sure once he remembers, yeah, there it is. He's fine.
Okay. He's got crazy resources.
Oh,
It seems like Earthquake's going to be the nail in the coffin here. Where would you Earthquake, Naka? It's coming in here in just a second. Probably take out the palace that's going up right now.
anywhere. Do it on the oracle in the corner. It doesn't even matter. Nah, he's gonna take it seriously. It's a tournament, not a ladder match. Kimo deserves respect, but he's not gonna watch this base get destroyed by that. You know, would it have been destroyed though? Maybe not. But I think he would have lost at least to banish. And there's still no gold, so like, what are you gonna do? Our boy Soup would have gone into Chimeras after this. He has the food, he has the favor. Too hard to stop.
Hard to stop indeed, man. There we have it. Excuse me again, I'm losing my voice here, Naka. Soup ties it up 2-2, and we go to game number 5. Very nice.
Soup just winning all the categories. Did he win units lost even? Yeah. Wow.
Most death.
So it's all come down to this. We are in a game 5. Only one of these guys will be victorious here, getting the better seed. The other one has to fight for elimination, or survival rather, in the bottom of the bracket. In the blue, this is Kimo playing as Gaia.
Okay, we got Soup going with Isis. He should probably feel comfortable with Isis. Double gold mine, boars, back pumpkins. He should feel comfortable enough with this. That far left side.
Really good spawn, and there's a nearby caribou group with a town center next to and the gold mine behind that. This is great. So if you're Isis, you're happy now.
Top side, the back gold mine, or sorry, the other town center, the back town center. There's hunt, there's gold, there's pumpkins. This is a pretty resource-rich spawn here, and it's not perfect. It's it's not some free boom type of a situation, but in terms of ISIS's concern for exposed resources, I'm sure once he scouts everything, he should just be peachy.
Yeah, agreed with all that. As far as the town center layout goes, it's pretty fair as well. Both of these guys have it pretty forward. The gold mine situation is rather even as well. It's just that Kimo happens to have slightly more wallable gold mines, right? Like you can totally wall off between the forests. That's easy enough to do.
Sure.
For our ISIS, it's a little bit more open. Other than that, not much to add. Are we... This could be one of the maps where if it really goes for an hour, which almost never happens, but it can, then we might run out of wood. Ghost Lake is always notorious with that.
Man, you're really thinking ahead, aren't you? We're thinking about running out of wood.
It's a potential thing that could happen, but very unlikely that the game goes that long. But if it does, there's not enough wood here to play proper late game.
Well, but at this excuse me, at the same time, there's really good town centers for trade routes. So, for example,
Yeah,
Kimo gets that left side markets up. If we're talking serious late game, he's gonna have a great trade route. Both players should have a great trade route. Actually. So, at the very least, they can trade for resources that they really need.
Guy might not be able to empower the trade, but you can speed it up. You just put economic guilds all over, spread the lush, and the boys will run fast and regenerate.
Indeed. So, having said that, where does ISIS go from here? You know, do you try and snag? He sees the caribou in the town center. Try and snag that? Are we thinking about classical age? He's got a 3 on wood right now. Oh, weird. Got 3 on wood right now.
3 on wood does mean that he's gonna want the upgrades from Bast, so he will want the Creo Sphinx, Araco Sphinx as well.
This is looking like town center territory here, Naka. Prosperity right away. He's got 12 on gold. Town center.
I agree. But then what's the wood for? Just the one Sphinx getting upgraded? I guess he might have some spare, because Sphinxes now cost gold.
I wonder if he is actually, I wonder if he's expecting, you know, needing to, the necessity of dropping some racks, because if, regardless which town center he takes, either the forward one or the back one, both of them are pretty open and the resources nearby are pretty open. So I wonder if he's got, you know, he's got a couple of wood choppers in preparation for, actually there's the next monument. So maybe it is a Sphinx spam. Anyway, I think maybe he's thinking about slingers is what I'm.
It's not impossible, but look at our Gaia player. Slingers are not going to help against the 2TC. And Soup wants the left side TC because he feels that the gold mine there is close enough. There's pumpkins, like you said, there's some hunt. It's not that bad.
Not at all. You can even lure that Aurochs next to the town center, so it's real safe.
I'm doing it right now. Oh, the leash range! It's too far. It's just too far.
Oh, that is so annoying.
Nearly got it, but it's not perfect.
It's not perfect, but that's, hey man, at least it's not out in the middle of nowhere.
We're talking about Age of Mythology players here. Their OCD is gonna be triggered.
Speaking of getting triggered, the Sphinx is triggering what's it called? A conversion of the Murmillo into a hero. Getting a little bit of some pressure on that hunt. Double conversion into hero Murmillo action.
I will shoot this away. What happened to the first Caladria? I can't actually see it. Where is she? Sure. Did that get sacrificed into the base or?
Oh,
am I just blind?
She's like she's in the ice right now. Look at the blue. At least for me, 6:30 about. She's on the ice.
Yeah, but that's the only one. There should be 2 because he made one.
Oh, did he? Oh, he did?
Yeah. Where's?
Are you sure?
I 100% saw it in the production queue. But then I don't know what happened with the first one. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive, but you don't want to lose them either.
Well, okay. So no, speaking of expensive, we got Heroic Age. Think maybe almost coming in for Soup. He's dropping his armory. Losing Vills here.
Oh. Plants are angry.
Plants are angry. Tumble villagers down. Pharaoh almost getting picked off his... Ooh, well.
Nice kill there. Where was the Caladria again? Oh man, this is what you have the burst heal for. Kimo is sacrificing a lot here for minimal damage.
Yeah, just one deer left over, one gazelle, one deer that he wasn't able to take. Not bad, not wonderful either. Heroic is in. So we got Nephthys coming in, no barracks, a couple of Sphinxes, neither of which are upgraded. But he's just banking up favor, double monument and 35 favor so far. Okay, I guess we're gonna chill, Naka. We're just gonna chill. I was gonna mention relics, by the way.
Oh, let's see.
There's an armory up for Kimo as well, so it looks like he's headed the heroic age as well soon. Just clicked up through a Thea. Anyways, Ring of Nibelung, a little bit of a gold trickle, not too shabby, and building line of sight. Not the best relics out there, but hey man, it's a free bonus. Ooh, Soup's got a little bit of a better one. Girdle of Hippolyta.
Ooh, that's
Good
nice,
points.
especially for the now recently buffed chariots. So they can get a lot of health out of that. But since you're going up against Quintarius, you're probably not going to see too many immediately. It's more about the camels in the early game.
Indeed. Right now, it looks like we're maybe going to have an Ancestors Eclipse. Boom. There we go. The Sphinxes are zipping. There's a couple of Merms out ready to counter it. What kind of damage can Soup get here? He's going to have to use a lot in order to try and, hurt the eco of Gaia.
Yeah, with Gaia having gotten so many upgrades already and Bosan Chapman coming in, that's gonna be looking pretty hot momentarily. One Oracle gets taken down. It's not bad, but the villagers meanwhile back to work. No struggles there, really. One kill so far.
Yeah. He's idling some eco as well, but at the same time, has this been worthwhile? He's just about to lose his Sphinx in the main base. His other Sphinx is still alive, but just barely. He did damage. He did some idle damage and killed a citizen, but that was not very impressive, Naka. In fact, if anything, it was impressive the defense. It's the immediate Ramillo defense by Kimo.
Well,
he was tracking
turns out we're not playing the heroic age. We're going up mythic.
Oh,
Taught has been clicked in.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
who needs units when you can just put down god powers and go to the next stage?
I suppose he's got gold in his base, so his gold is already secured. That's kind of, in fact, it's going to be really secured with double Migdal coming up.
I dare Soup to do it again. Just go Wonder Age next.
Again. No, we got a lot of Quintarius upgrades coming in. Lance of Stone. I can't remember the name of the other one. Poseidon's Secret.
Yeah.
There we go.
That one makes
coming in.
all the horses cheaper.
Yeah. Quintarius 5134. Very nice. They're going to be heavy as well here pretty darn soon. Kimo's looking at that gold mine over there, but there is gold in the base, like we said.
It's an unfortunate time to walk out there. But other than that, yeah, Soup's fine.
Hey. So what is Soup going to go for here, though, Naka? Camels do a pretty decent job against Quintarius, but he does have all those upgrades on those Quintarius, so... Is he going for Valley of the Kings? He's got double Migdal. Does he need Valley of the King?
Yeah, that's the idea, that he gets... Even though he could make units now, if he delays as much as possible, he can get them cheaper. Essentially a 2-for-1 deal.
Huh? Soup's going for the BOGO. He just missed Black Friday. He's going for... Okay, here's...
He was meteoring his own base! But it's fine because it deals minimal damage. He can kill the entire army with a meteor instead. Like I said, you just click the god power and go to the next stage. Wonder next.
Dude, I find that so weird to meteor units. Maybe that's my legacy bias.
It
of
is.
The meteor shots being so random. God.
It actually hits Sphinx, so that's a big deal in Retold, I think. I think everybody will agree.
It is a big deal. It is also, but he needs to repair that Migdal, by the way. What has he got coming in? He's going for lots of camels, looks like. Mainly just camels. Going against those Quintarius.
Yo! Is nobody using attack move in this tournament? What is going on? Chariots and Cav just walking past each other.
Hey, Did he get Valley of the Kings? I didn't see. He does have conscript in.
Yeah, it's getting all those training speed upgrades because Valley of the Kings does nerf the training speed of the units.
Okay. Heavy camels as well. Kimo's economy is just flying, man. 82's eco pop. Eco upgrades as well. Bonker.
I like the addition of the catapulties. What about you?
Yeah, of course.
It deals with every Migdol unit, right? So why not mix them in?
He's got to be careful with the chariots, though. The chariots are champion, rather. Camels are getting shredded pretty hard by those catapulties, actually, Naka.
That's
Whoa!
Right. Think it's great, but there's still plenty of this left where Soup came from.
For sure. He lost the camels. That was probably a better trade for Kimo, ultimately. He killed a lot of camels there. They're a whole lot more expensive than a couple of catapulties. A couple of cheap Cantarius, eh? Still, at this point in time, Soup's got enough pressure. Oh, just kidding. I was going to say he's got a lot of safe eco on the top side, but in come a couple of Cantarius. This is going to be beautiful. Should get a lot of kills here if Soup doesn't pay attention, honestly. There's a lot of eco up here, completely unexposed. Soup is pushing in as well at the same time, Naka. Ooh,
bird on bird
cool.
action. You rarely see the anti-air attack, but it looks different.
Oh my god, man, look at all these catapulties getting shredded by the archers, by the chariots.
It's the thing they're so good at. So great to see Soup amassing so many, especially with the relic he picked up earlier. They're so much harder to take down. And now the camels are going after the Cantarius. They're all gone. Kimo is in so much trouble, Maiden. What now? The Phoenix might even come back with that egg.
Aha. Indeed. It's close. I mean, he still has gold to work. Kimo still has a little bit of gold to work with in his base, but he is quickly running out. He's got a whole ton of production code. Yo, look, he's queued up 778. He needs to drop more buildings, and that's actually exactly what he's doing.
Yikes.
He's got...
Boyd is crying
indeed.
somewhere.
Aha. Game ain't over yet, though. He's up at basically the eco pop limit.
Herb is back.
There it is. So cool looking. Hopefully on stream it comes through as cool. I'm sure yours probably looks way cool. Mr. Beast PC over there. Oh, it looks cool to me, everybody. Hopefully it looks cool to you on stream as well. Anyway. Huh. It's a good thing Kimo's got all that. Got such a good eco, man, because he needs all this production. He's been losing fights. I guess he's only lost a couple of fights. It's not the worst thing in the world. Getting raided over on the far left-hand side.
Hey, those Cantarius are actually doing some work to these chariots, but can they actually start attacking now? Thank you. Here we go. It's a really good surround on the priests. Kimo found the attack move button. This is great.
Nice.
We'll pick off the Phoenix as well. I think he's got a good chance here. Shouldn't keep going. That was a good trade. Go home. Get a bigger army, come back. But Soup, man, he's just been printing.
Seriously, even the camel's gonna get a round 2 against this army. There's a good amount of catapulties, though. He also got the weightless mace upgrade. That's a special upgrade from for his catapulties. Doing extra damage against those camels, against everything, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely everything here. He's trying to get out elephants with Taskov Pedamak. It's coming soon. The Phoenix might respawn once again. That's the third Phoenix from one Phoenix. And then, you know, this army is generally just looking really nice. Kimo's upgrades are not through yet. No bronze, anything.
It hurts, man. That hurts. You would think with his crazy eco, he'd would, be able to pause the military production just for a minute in order to get a couple of as many armory upgrades as possible. Look at his production, man. His production is nuts, but he still isn't mythic.
Yeah, it's full pop as well. Never tried to go for the 30C. Suppe already has that. I think Suppe is just gonna have a much better mythic gauge here, Maiden, and all the front line stuff for Kimo has evaporated once more. Is just Suppe gonna run him down here?
It's close, man. It's close. He actually did just click up through Atlas. So we do have Implode coming in. That could be saving grace for Kimo.
This time there's no Arcus heroes to deal with the Phoenix. It will just over time deal massive damage to this army.
Ooh. He's converting one Arcus hero, but still it's gonna take time to kill a whole Phoenix.
Canteria's numbers are dwindling. The Chariots don't even need to micro at this point. They are just so numerically superior. And picking off every single unit of Kimo's is no longer an issue. The bronze upgrades are coming in. Atlas is not even halfway. This is a long, long list of things to do before he can implode this army. And even once that happens, then what? Suppe can just make another one. Another army, that is.
Indeed, Naka, but at the same time, Suppe is only at 78 villagers. There's a couple of Dryads over on the top left side on the gold mines up there that have been doing some eco damage to Suppe, so Suppe's receiving a little bit of eco damage. He's not at the full eco pop limit. Just lost a whole boatload of chariots right there. Oh my god, implode number 1. Before the implode.
We got the big implode later, but if there's a ton of elephants, they can kind of take it.
Indeed. Another Phoenix is out.
That said, the Catapantis are dealing a number to the elephants. This is actually looking not so bad for Kimo as I had feared. Yes. Maybe he's got this under control.
Boy, by the skin of his teeth, honestly.
Oh yeah, guys, don't look at the military value. It's a bug with Valley of the Kings.
Same here, same here.
But that's fake news. It's not 5.6k.
It would be impressive. Valley of the Kings OP, right?
It's not that OP, I guess.
What is OP is the Gaia economy. I can't believe how much he's been able to keep up with the spam of Valley of the Kings, man. By the way, Knock, over on the far left side, we got some action. There's no third TC just in yet for Kimo, but we got some action. A couple of palaces over there, a couple of Suppe units.
Eventually the kitchen knights will do their job.
Ah.
So, implode when?
Well?
Soon? Maybe here?
Soon, maybe. I don't know. Where do you use it?
Houses at least?
Yeah.
Can't do it all the way here in the base because all the monuments are here.
Oh god, that's a good point. I forgot about the monuments, dude. What a close game here, Naka. I can't tell who's gonna win. Implode is such a big... He's using it. He's using it.
Big black hole is what it is. It's gonna suck everything in, including Kimo, but hey, he's made it out okay. Mostly. In a few pieces. Hey, it didn't even destroy. Indeed. Dude, this Migdol has lived through a meteor and an implode.
Man, those Egyptians really know how to build things, don't they?
The fast forward. Stop it.
Oh no.
Somebody's going down.
But he's going down indeed, and Naka over on the right-hand side. Suppe's Migdol and everything has been cleaned up. He's been kicked off of that forward gold mine. On the left-hand side, Kimo is securing gold and taking his town center. Kimo's looking pretty good in this position, honestly. Raiding on the right side as well, maybe taking out the TC. His production is just nuts, keeping up with the Valley of the Kings for crying out loud.
Yeah, he's finally made enough buildings that it's starting to look like he can handle it. The Contarius on the gold mine are also doing work. By the way, I'm at 22 minutes 55. Just to let you know, the town center is probably gonna go down. Oh my god, it's dead. Can Soup make a comeback happen? He doesn't have resources right now. He's got a good enough economy behind this, but I mean, Kimo is just pumping a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Not sure he can keep up.
Soup is up at 90 plus villagers. He's down 20, 25, almost 30 villagers at this point in time. The raids, the implode, the raids on the gold mine, losing vills on the left-hand side. He has eco to work with, but still. Nice power spike here for Kimo, for sure.
Even the Argus is actually helping out. I think Soup is falling apart, Maiden. This is not looking so hot. The units from Kimo just keep trickling in. Funnily, we don't see a single fanatic or anything like that. But it's not going to be necessary because Kimo is victorious. Takes it 3-2. And Soup will have to go down to fight for his tournament life as Kimo just moves on to the top 8.
Indeed, Soup is down, but he ain't out just yet. Man, what a game. What a game, Naka.
Well, we sort of got our late game, but not the wood is gonna run out late game as predicted. Maybe another time.
Another time indeed. Hey, there's one more series for Soup. So we got, potentially 5 more games for.
You know, looking at this chart, I'm on the military units, and Soup already was having a tough time when Implode hit. So he started it with like 24 military units, and then he just had 10 after, and without any resources in the bank at the same time, it was just a perfect storm.
Yep. In fact, right at, what is that? Before Mythic came in, he was up at 48, the last big spike down before he couldn't recover. I believe that was Implode 1.0, before the actual Implode. If you recall, he had a huge army, but then suddenly, I don't know what happened, but he just lost a bajillion.
Yeah, man, he went in so deep, and Kimo just got a fantastic surround on him. It's hard to get out of situations like that, so the best thing you can do is not get into those situations in the first place. Kimo in the end outgathered him by almost 20,000 resources, so no wonder he could keep pumping. My goodness.
Are you kidding me?
20,000 resources. Yikes.
Wow. I want to go to the civilian unit timeline because, I mean, if you look through the middle of the game, if you pull that up real quick, Soup had a lot of idle civ production time. That makes. And so, once he eventually he got up to over 100 eco units, but it took him a long, long time. So I think that's kind of what told the story a little bit. He was looking so good. He was printing, the Valley of the Kings, printing Migdal units, blah, 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 blah. But he didn't quite have the infrastructure to support it behind that, right?
That's
he was
right.
Behind in those build numbers, and he just got outboomed like a monster. Hui.
Kimo is a monster. Even though he got outkilled 200 to 300 pretty much. I mean, the economy. It's all about the economy. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.